this going. Oh, my Lanta. My internet is super, super slow today, so I hope you guys will bear with me. It is a little painful right now. There we go. Okay, it's working. Woohoo! Okay, I'll turn this down just a smidge. I'm a little late on this, I see that. Let me see if I can do, there's my comments on. Yay! Okay, looks like I'm all good then. Okay. Anyway, you guys, thanks so much for joining me. It's Whiskey Wednesday, as you guys are pretty much aware of it at this point in time. I have to just start by saying that so many of our customers have come in over the weekends, like while we're open Friday through Sunday, and have said, or they've stopped me even in Walmart or that and said, oh my gosh, I saw this on Whiskey Wednesday and I'm making this and we're doing this and I like following. And I think that there might be something that we can do where early in the week I'll post some ingredients for you guys on what I'm going to be doing that week. And I thought it would be really fun to just kind of have you guys do it with me and be able to see how I mix it and, you know, play the game with me. If you've been in here on the weekend, you have probably a tasting jar, you probably have one of the larger ones, and then you guys can play along with me. So I thought if you guys are interested in that, let me know, because I just think that would be so much fun. We can maybe even put together little packages of what you would need to make the cocktail. But I just want to tell you guys how much I appreciate that you watch this and that you tell me you watch it and that you enjoy it and then come and try my cocktails that weekend. It just is a huge compliment, and I thank you for this. So anyway, I'll keep doing it then. So today, what I thought I would do is do the whiskey sour. Yesterday was National Whiskey Sour Day. We're just a day late on this. I thought it was today. It was yesterday, but we're still going to play with that. And I think what's really important, and what I'm hoping you guys will see, is just the versatility and how easy these cocktails are that I make. It is nothing you guys can't do at home. And if I had $1 for every time somebody came in and said, I go home and I make it at home and it doesn't taste anything like yours. One, you're not measuring, you're not following my directions. But two, you can do this. I mean, I started this doing the same way you guys do it, and I just play with it, I practice it, I've figured out what I like, what I think people like, and then it just works from there. So I hope you guys will follow. We are going to do whiskey sour in a couple of different ways. This is probably one of the most popular cocktails that we do here in the distillery. I really like it. I have tried, as I've told you guys, tons and tons of different whiskey sour mix. I'm just very partial to this fantastic Poe sour mix. I think it adds the right amount of tartness. It adds the right amount of like lemon and lime mixes, and it just pairs so well with all of our whiskeys. So some of the different whiskeys that I would do with this, pretty much darn near all of them. We've tried most of our whiskeys with this. One of the most popular ones is the blackberry whiskey. It's so popular that we've actually started a process of being able to provide this to you guys in bulk. And I think it'll be really exciting to go in a canned cocktail so that you guys can take it on the boat or take it to a party, or to do that where you're not having to mix it. It's all pre-done in that. It's definitely in the works. I'm really hoping that we can announce something in the next month or so, but we're working on it. But this blackberry, slam dunk. I don't care if you drink whiskey, don't drink whiskey. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody who hasn't liked this whiskey sour one. Jim, can you just tell me that I've got the camera going right? Because I know that you gave me a little bit of technical advice that I'm doing this right. I'm hoping I put the camera on me this way so I can't see anything. If I'm looking this way, it's because of the little camera, the little iPad that I've got going so I can see. So Jim, if you give me a thumbs up or just say, yes, Kelly, you're doing it right, I would love it. Thank you. But this is the blackberry sour. 100%, super easy to make. I'm going to make a super quick one of these because it is probably one of our most popular cocktails. And as you guys know, with these are a little bit stronger in these tasting ones. Highly recommend if you're coming as a couple or with a friend, you can do this and still safely do a tasting, share a tasting with someone, because we put it in these tasting jars with the lid on it. And then what you can do is take this, we give you 2 cups of ice, and you just split this so you guys each get half of the cocktail to do that. You can also do this in the tall one if you think you're going to enjoy it that much more, or get a tall one to go. But this one's super easy in these. You're not sharing the drinks, you're actually able to share it, but with 2 cups in that. So we'll do that for you. With this one, I'm going to use 1 full ounce of the blackberry whiskey. This is my jigger. This is a really cool one. I love these little oxy ones. But we also do the shot glasses that have nice measurements on it. But this is 1 ounce I'm just going to put into the tasting jar. So this is my blackberry whiskey sour. I'm going to add just a little bit of this fantastic pose. If you guys remember I go right up to this little Halifax, Virginia line. So I'm just going to put just to that. It ends up being, I measured it out one day, it ends up being 2 shots. So 1 shot of blackberry whiskey, 2 shots of the whiskey sour mix, which is about 3 ounces. And that gets to just, well, that was a big mistake. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can avoid catastrophe by this. There we go. Yep, see, there, perfect, Kelly. And I'm going to top this with Sprite. Luckily, I didn't foam up on that also. So, whew, this is a real, as my mom would say, something show. So, anyway, thanks for sticking with me. This is the whiskey sour, and I'm just going to put a little lemon in that one. This is with the blackberry. If I did this with the orange, I would put an orange in it. So, a little taste of this, absolutely perfect. This is probably one of the favorites here in the tasting room. So I'm going to do the same exact cocktail, but I'm going to use a different whiskey. So if the blackberry's a little sweet, for those of you that aren't a big sweet fans, my absolute favorite with this is the orange whiskey. You guys have heard me say this a million times. It's my favorite. This to me pairs well with any of these cocktails I'm going to do. It's hard for me not to use the orange in everything that I'm making today because it's just my favorite, and it pairs really well. I think this orange goes super well, pairs well with the corn, and then you mix it with the sour. It's just really delicious. So where that blackberry one was kind of sweet, this orange, not so sweet. I put it in the same 1 ounce with this, and then I'm going to use the whiskey sour mix that I spilled all over, and again, fill it to the Halifax. Put that over there so I don't spill it again. And again, I'm just going to top this with Sprite. So what I really like about this recipe that I'm doing is the versatility of it. And I was talking to you guys about what we talked about is how much you can change this out. This one I'm going to stick an orange in just because I think it enhances that orange flavor. It's got a nice flavor to it. This is definitely my favorite. I like this one so much because it's got that tartness of the sour, but not the sweetness of the blackberry. So if you guys have tried this one before, let me know if you have a favorite. Do you like the blackberry like this, or do you like the orange like this? The other one that's super, super popular, I'm not going to make it because Lord knows I don't need this much, is this done with the 1842. Just trying to make sure that we're still on because my thing froze, so I apologize. It is keeping me busy. Let's just see if I can get us back live. Here we go. Yeah, I'm screwed. So anyway, the 1842, super, super good with the whiskey sour mix. So anyway, hope you guys have tried that. Blackberry, orange, whiskey sour. The other one that's really, really good with this is the maple. So with this one, I mean, you could really do. You could do the peach. You could do the cantaloupe. It just depends on what you want to do. And obviously, first and foremost, the corn whiskey. So that one cocktail, you could easily make with pretty much any of the scratches that you have at home. The peach, scratch, the maple, the 1842, the orange, the blackberry, all of those would go with the whiskey sour. This is the fantastic Pose whiskey sour. We sell it here in the distillery. So literally when you leave here, the only thing you need to get with your whiskey, that whiskey sour mix, is some Sprite. If you don't want such sweetness with that, if that's still just a little bit sweet to you, my suggestion would be add the club soda. Club soda is just a nice little carbonation to it. It cuts that sour mix. I'm not a huge fan of like super tart or super puckering of the margarita mix in that. So I really like to just cut it with either Sprite or the club soda, which is what we do here in the distillery. So hope you guys like that one. That was the whiskey sour. The next one I'm going to do is also a big tasting room favorite, and that is done with the margarita mix. I'm just wondering if I can get back on because I feel badly that I'm not watching any of this, so I'm hoping you guys will bear with me on this. And just see if I can get back on. Okay, we'll see if this works again. Is the margarita with this. So I'm going to do the same exact recipe. The same exact recipe I'm going to duplicate 3 times today. It's the same exact thing using the same different whiskeys, and then I'm just going to switch out your mixer with it. So same thing with the blackberry. I did it with the blackberry, I did it with the orange. This time I'm going to do it with the maple because I really want to try this a maple Collins. I haven't done it before. I'm usually a go-to with the orange. I really like the Tom Collins mix. This is my the Tom Collins mix I prefer. It's just the one that I get. Jeff's going over. Super cool. They're right overhead, and I can't believe I'm missing this because I like to video it. Second one will be coming soon. Is this Tom Collins mix. I get this at Walmart. So just a big fan of this. Again, same measurements. I mean, I say this all the time. Kat says I need to make a t-shirt for this. Super simple. It's the same exact recipe, just totally different flavor profiles. So with this one, I'm going to try the maple. Just because I want to try it. We'll let you know if this, again, different flavor profile with this one. And with this Tom Collins mix, same thing, depending on which whiskey I'm using. Typically it's the orange. I'm going to fill this to that Halifax, Virginia line. Again, it's about 3 ounces on this. So this is the Tom Collins. I've got the maple, and then again, I'm going to add Sprite. If I wanted a little less sweet, some of the things that I like to do is to add ginger ale or the club soda. So you can really just play with your carbonation too and decide which one you like with this. I'm still going to stick orange in this one just because I think with the maple, I think that orange and the maple are just going to pair really well. I'm excited to try this one. I'm going to do a little squeeze of the orange in this one. Let me grab a little spoon. Wow. That's really good. This one's good. I'm going to have to make sure James tries this one tonight. Oh, wow. That's good. Definitely the maple. Maple Collins is on the menu. I'm not even going to try it with something else. Might try it with the peach. Let me just try the peach one and see which one I prefer. But I got to tell you, that maple, I can't believe I haven't done that one before. That one's really good. I like the sweetness of the maple. Our maple whiskey, I think, is one that probably doesn't, I've said this before, it doesn't get enough credit. I have been known to make my own White Claws and Trulies. What I like to do with that is just take a little cup, one of my seltzers of any, I like the pineapple, I like some of the, there's the Ahas are really good. If you guys haven't tried those, oh my gosh, those are really, really good. I don't think I have one here. Thought I might, but maybe not. Those are really good. They've got like peach honey and an apple honey and just some really cool apple gingers. There's a watermelon kiwi one, I think. So good with the mint whiskey. Those are some of the ones that I would play with a little bit with that. So with this maple whiskey, I would do that. You could do that with the sour. You could do that with this Tom Collins mix. And definitely, I would think a margarita mix, and we'll try that one also, because that's my next one. This one I've done with the maple, and I'm going to use this is with the peach. I've already done the maple one. This is with the peach, and I'm going to do, just enough with the peach of that Tom Collins mix, just to the Halifax, Virginia. You can see it's about maybe a third of the way up for that. And then again, you're just going to top this with carbonation. And just for the sake of it, I just want to try this with club soda over the Sprite, just to see if the less sweet is better for me, just because I don't like a lot of that sugar in that. So, and again, because I'm sticking with it, I may get some fresh cantaloupe or some fresh peach from Reese's Farm this week that I can garnish this with. But for today, I'm going to do this with the orange. Again, it's just a nice little balance on that. So the peach really comes out with this. I never even thought, I always do my orange in club soda. Never thought of doing the peach with this. Oh my God, this might be my new go-to though for my club soda mix. The club soda in here really brings out that peach flavor. So we're going to keep a really basic menu this week, and I think I'll give you options on each one of them, like that you could do, pick your whiskeys, because honestly, I think both of these are super, super good. This is the club soda one with the peach. The thing I really like about the peach and the cantaloupe whiskey is that when you sip it neat, it's got much more of a whiskey note to it with just a hint of the flavor. But then for like a his and her version, if it's his or her, who depending who likes it to sip neat, you're going to get that whiskey flavor, just that hint of the flavor. But for the his or her who doesn't want to taste the whiskey and wants to taste more of the flavor, 100% mix it. That flavor just pops. It's like you don't taste the heavy peach when you sip it, but you add it to the cocktail and it's just, it explodes. It's super, super good. So that was the Tom Collins. So whiskey sour, Tom Collins, and now we're going to do the Zing Zang. The margarita here, I've done this one. The most popular is the orange. Berry Hill does a River Road margarita where they use our orange whiskey doing that. With this one, I want to do something just a little bit different. And just reached my stepping goals today with this margarita mix. And I'm going to do this with the 1842 just because I want a nice, bold margarita. And you could do this with the 90 proof corn whiskey. You could do this with the orange. You could do this with the blackberry. You could do this with the maple easily, the peach, the cantaloupe. I mean, it just really is wide open for you. So what I'm going to do this one, I think I'm changing my mind just a smidge on this one. I've done this as a whiskey sour, but I definitely want to try this with a margarita. I am going to do this with the 1842 because I want to taste the whiskey. Really want some boldness in this, and we're going to play with this. I'm hoping this one's just as good. And again, just to the Halifax, Virginia, I'm doing the same exact thing, but I'm making like 10 different cocktails for you guys. It's just crazy. And I'm going to do the Sprite with this one again. So the fun part about that is you go into Walmart or you go into Food Lion for us here in Halifax, and what I do is just grab some different mixers. So I'm going to grab, the whiskey sour. I'm going to take the Tom Collins. I'm going to do the Zing Zang margarita. Master of Mixes whiskey sour if you don't get ours from here, and then you just can kind of mix it. This one, because I want to do a spicy margarita with the 1842, I am going to add, sorry if you can't see that, I'm going to add the smallest amount of this sweet heat maple syrup. And this is also something we sell. This is the maple syrup that we use in our maple whiskey. It's from up in Vermont. Put just a tiny bit more in there. Careful, because this does make this sucker fizz. Again, why not? Let's go with a lime with this one, just because we're keeping it kind of margarita-ish with this one. So this one I have 1842 Zing Zang margarita mix. Never tried it before. Love the Zing Zang Bloody Mary mix. So we're going to try the margarita mix, the strawberry margarita mix from Zing Zang. Very, very, very good. And then I've just topped this with Sprite. Okay. If you like to taste your whiskey, God, that 1842 is so good. This is the one you guys want to try this weekend. This is really good. And I hate to say, I need to screw something up because I feel like I'm just bragging about myself, but these are really good. So I really like this with the 1842. If you like the taste of the 1842, this 1842 spicy margarita, oh my goodness, super, super good. We did the spicy mule last weekend. I'm going to try this without, just because I want to taste the Zing Zang whiskey sour mix just with the corn whiskey, because I just want to see how this works when it's a little bit plainer, I guess, simpler. The corn whiskey, as we've said before, doesn't quite get the wrap it should. I'm actually playing with it a lot more, especially with our coffees and that. Again, I'm just making the same exact thing. I'm hitting repeat. I'm just picking a different mixer. You're putting your whiskey in there at 1 ounce. You're filling this with whatever your mixers are, and then I'm going to top this with Sprite. It's just hit and repeat. And I'm going to do this one with the orange just because with the corn whiskey, I really, really like that orange whiskey in it. So this will be our Springfield Margarita. Okay, I like this one even better. I thought the 1842 was good. If you like the bold taste, I would dare you to taste the corn whiskey in this. This one is really good. This one's going to be super dangerous. That orange just kind of smooths that. It makes it just super simple. This is one you can do. I've done it with this, the Master of Mixes one. Today I did it with the Zing Zang. It was on sale at Food Lion. I bought out a Far Food Lion. I did not do the one in Centerville, so nobody needs to comment that I bought out the shelves on that. I'm hoping they still have it. I think the one in Centerville does. I think I actually got this one in Danville that I brought out the shelves. But this is this Zing Zang. This has got a really good flavor to it. I'm surprised I've not tried this before. The other really cool thing about this is they have them in small cans at Walmart. So if you're not a regular cocktail maker and you don't want to waste and open a whole container of this, they sell these in like little small cans so you can kind of make your own. Super simple. If you have these jars, I would get one of those cans of the Zing Zang. I would put your whiskey in it, split a can of that Zing Zang mixer in it, top it with Sprite, put your lids on it, and you guys have cocktails to go on your own. That would be super, super good. And also do that with the strawberry. Those would be, I think both of those would be really good with that. I've lost you guys again because my internet is just not great. Let's see if I can get back on because I just want to see if anybody wants me to try a different one. I would love to do a different whiskey sour if anybody has anything. I'm just looking to see, bring me something tonight, please. My mom is. Went right over my house on the way to yours. Maple is my crack. Apple ginger with the maple whiskey for sure. Yes, that one, maple whiskey. The maple whiskey, if you are low carb or doing keto, low sugar in that, one of the things that has just been determined is all whiskey, gluten-free. All whiskey, all spirits, anything distilled, gluten-free. So if you have a gluten intolerance, you can definitely do this and add it to your seltzers and that. So I would highly recommend playing with some of those seltzers. Probably the other one of my favorites is the limoncello with this Irish cream. That's also, it tastes like lemon cream pie. That's another one I would do. But you can easily do any of the seltzers with the different whiskeys and you're under 1 carb. So for me, if you're going to do 2 carbs or 2.5 carbs in a Michelob Ultra, but you have a gluten intolerance and you can't do the beer, this is a great alternative for it. It's 1 carb. It's super, super simple. And you can just play with this. I'm really excited to get into the fall with the apple gingers and the brown sugar cinnamons and that. But just play with it. The last thing I'm going to do is just tell you about this cantaloupe. I will tell you, we did really, really well with this cantaloupe. Thank you guys for all the support with this. This was really fun to do the cantaloupe festival last week. I will tell you we're down to about the last 2 cases of this. So if you were a cantaloupe fan, we have enough to do another 7 cases. I mean, I got to convince Mason of that, but he won't do it until we clear out these next 2 cases, the last 2 cases we have. So if you are a cantaloupe fan, I would highly recommend, because even if we do the 1 more batch of this for the 7 cases, that'll be it for this year. We're not going to continue to bring that. It is going to be basically a one-time deal for that until next year. Maybe next year we bring it back and maybe we play with it and do something a little bit different. Maybe we do like a melon blend with watermelon and cantaloupe for the cantaloupe celebration next year. I don't know. We can play with it. It'll be fun. So, again, just a super quick recap. These are my 2 whiskey sours that I did. This one is done with the blackberry sour. If you like it a little bit sweet, this is definitely one. If you're not a whiskey drinker, when you come, if your husband or your girlfriend or your wife or friend drags you here and you're like, I don't do whiskey, I only do wine, I only do beer, do yourself a favor and try this blackberry sour. This is by far probably our most popular cocktail here at the distillery. My favorite is with the orange. I just really like the orange, the way it balances. If I was going to do this and I was going to cheat just a little bit, I would do the orange. I'd put a splash of the good whiskey sour mix in it, and then I would top it with club soda all day long. Really, really easy. I think that this has 1 fluid ounce has 10 carbs in this. It's a lot for me. So I'd probably do a nice squeeze of lemon in it and make my own kind of whiskey sour with that. But this one is orange. Super, super good. The next one I did was, God, I'm gonna forget these now. I did orange and everything. It's my go-to. Like, you get in the habit of doing this. I pick different mixers. It's whiskey, it's the mixer, it's Sprite or club soda, and it's typically an orange. And let me see if I can get, this is the club soda one. I'm getting pretty good at this. This is the club soda one. That's done with the margarita mix. No, I'm sorry, Tom Collins mix and I think the seltzer. This one, I got a nice little fruit fly in this guy who decided he needed to be in there too. So a little protein. This is the one with the maple. God, I like that one. Like that one a lot. I like the maple one with that. That's the maple Tom Collins that we talked about. So just to give you an idea with that, if you need a reminder, we'll help you. Definitely the 1842 bold whiskey flavor. Oh my gosh, I actually think this might be really good too with the bold ginger ale. Now that I'm tasting it, I think that 1842 would kind of really be pronounced in that. And then last but not least, God knows if I'm drinking this anymore, what the hell I'm making. I think this is the margarita mix with the peach. Yeah. This one of these isn't my fave. I think I'd pass on that one. Not necessarily my favorite. So I did screw one up. Anyway, I hope that helps with that, with you guys with this, is how simple these are to make. You can make this at home. I put the recipes on Facebook. I do this on Whiskey Wednesday. Next week, I think maybe on Monday, or if I can this weekend, I'll give you guys like what I want to do. And then I'm hoping you guys would join me and, you know, do this with me and try this and that. So I hope you like it. Anyway, come this weekend, we'll have margaritas, Tom Collins, and whiskey sours to celebrate. I'm going to do something really, really fun in a mule with some apricot preserves. Didn't get a chance to do that today, so I was trying to keep it super simple for you guys. But I would definitely try one of those in that, just to get you guys tasted in that. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you liked it. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. Hope you guys are having a great week. Thank you guys so much for joining. We love it if you share. Tell people about us. Come and see us this weekend. We don't have food trucks this weekend, but I do have the Birdie's pimento cheese and Don Sebastian salsa with chips in that. And you can always bring your picnic lunches and or, you know, bring something if you guys want your own snacks or cheese platters, whatever you want to do. And enjoy some cocktails on the porch. So thanks you guys for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you next week. Thank you.